I believe that all men should be training in martial arts, in self defense, and also be working out, doing some sort of weightlifting, etc. Now, why do I believe this? Well, the role of a man, first and foremost, is to protect his family. That's his wife and his kids. That's his first duty: provide and protect. And if you're going to protect your family, you need to know how to fight. You need to know how to throw a good punch, you need to know how to block, to kick, and the multitude of other movements that are required in martial arts. Not only that, a man needs to be strong to be able to protect as well. And therefore, I do believe that, yeah, men should be doing martial arts, they should be learning self defense, they should be lifting weights. I'm not saying you've got to look like Dwayne Johnson, I'm not saying you've got to fight like Conor McGregor. What I am saying is you should be able to defend yourself and you should be a strong man. And my wife recently sent me a video which really resonated with me. It really hit home the importance of stepping up and being a man and protecting your family. It's one thing to talk about, it's another thing to really understand the depth of why it's important. And she sent me this video, and the video was this absolute vile scumbag who is in prison for doing things he shouldn't do to little kids. And in that video, they asked him about why he did what he did. And then they asked him about how he picked his victims. And he basically explained how he did. He said, I would always look for the man, or the lack of. You see, the father's present. Okay, great, the father's present. Well, is he a good dad? Is he there? Is he a strong man? Now, if the dad wasn't present, it was an easy victim. Not a problem. If the dad is present, okay, he's present, that's a bit of a problem. But is he a strong man? Is he a threat? And if he wasn't a strong man, he was never there, he was never bothered, he was a waste of space, well, then there's no threat. But if the man was a strong man, if it was someone who could handle himself, if someone who's active, if someone's always there for his kids, that's a threat. And all of a sudden, they wouldn't go near those kids. Now, that's the guy rotting in prison who's saying that. That's how he picked his victims. And that made me sit back and realise, actually, I want people to look at me and think, do you know what? It's too much hassle to pick a fight with them. I'm going to leave his kids and his wife alone. They're not worth messing with, because if he's there and I try it, it's a pretty good chance I'm going to be in hospital eating my food through a straw for a long time to come. And that's what it means to protect. Do people out there who have a sick, perverted mind look at you and go, actually, you know what? Best leave that one alone. That's not worth the risk. You see, these scumbags, they're looking for an easy ride, and they would identify the weakness and they would know it's safe to go and exploit that weakness. And therefore, if you're a man, you need to step up, protect your family. And that means being somebody who's capable of doing dangerous things. You want to be somebody who is capable of doing serious damage. You want to be a monster, as Jordan Peterson puts it. But then you want to control it. You want to be disciplined about it. And I think that's actually a good point that Jordan Peterson makes. Be a monster as a man and then learn to control it. That's one of the main reasons that I now say martial arts and staying in the gym and lifting weights is important. It's because you want people to look and go, maybe not. He's a threat. Leave his family alone. There are other reasons as well. You could argue health, staying in shape, staying fit, keeping your mind sharp. You keep your mind sharp in martial arts because if you're not quick enough and you're not sharp enough and you get hit, you'll learn the hard way. And of course, personally, I enjoy martial arts. I train in Krav Maga. I'm just past the halfway point for my black belt. I've got a black belt in Shotokan Karate. I lift weights, I do push-ups, I do sit-ups. I'd like to do a bit more and go to a proper gym, but I just don't have the time or the funds in place right now to be able to afford that. Obviously, try to spend time with the kids and the family, which is just as important, by the way. There are a number of reasons to do martial arts. It also helps you to push your body to see how far you can go. I think it was Socrates who talked about, it's a shame for a man to not see the full potential of his body. I'm paraphrasing there, I can't remember the exact word for word. But again, there's another point there, stepping up and being a man. How far can you push your body? How far can you go? What are you capable of? If you ain't pushing yourself, then you're never going to truly know what you are capable of as a man. Another reason that I kind of like lifting weights is because can you do one more? I think I'm at the point I can't do one more. Just do one more, then another one, then another one, then another one. And all of a sudden you think you can only do 10 reps, but all of a sudden you're doing 20. It's just you're pushing yourself to that limit to see how far you can go. So there are other reasons to do martial arts and to be in the gym and building weights. You want to look the part, you want to have a nice physique, you want to be disciplined as well. There's a lot of mental principles and values in martial arts and going to the gym. Again, as I say, being stoic and disciplined and saying, I can do one more push up. Even though my arms are shaking like jelly, just one more, push myself to that next level, conquer the mind. I like all of that aspects to it, and there's many valid points and reasons to do so. Even learn about body dynamics, because people think throwing a punch is just you just throw your punch with your fist. No, your whole body's active in throwing that punch. Your whole body's active in throwing a kick, in a knee, throwing elbows, headbutts, the lot. So there's a lot of valid reasons to do martial arts and be in the gym lifting weights. But for me, the big one now, as a husband, as a father, is actually being capable of defending my family and making other people go, leave them alone. And that video really kind of dug deep into me, made me realize actually there's a greater motivation for doing this, and that has become my number one. So number one reason for every man out there to be doing martial arts and to be lifting weights or to be doing some sort of workout and to build his body up and to be capable of being dangerous, be a monster, as Jordan Peterson says, and then control it.